Creek native Mason Reeves will soon be making his Broadway debut in the brand new musical Real Women Have Curves. It's about a young woman juggling her own ambitions, expectations, and a community of women fighting against the odds. Preview performances of the new musical start next week on April 1st, but this morning we are getting a very sneak peek. The show stars several Broadway newcomers, including Mason, who is joining us live here on GMAS to talk about the experience. Mason, first of all, congratulations, Broadway debut. How are you feeling?
Oh, thank you. I'm feeling crazy. I can't believe it. Coming from Cave Creek, Arizona, like you said, it's just like insane to be all the way across here and finally having this opportunity happen. It's like a dream come true. It's something I've been wanting ever since I was a kid. So it's been just like trying to stay grounded and present and enjoying what's happening. It's insane.
I was loving reading a little bit about your story. You know, as you mentioned, you grew up in Cave Creek, you went to school in Michigan, you pursued this passion of yours. So to be here on the big stage now, do you have those moments where you have to pinch yourself?
Yes. Like for me, it was the first time that I walked onto the Broadway stage as like, oh, you're playing this part, because we just started tech, which means that we're putting together the whole show. We're putting together all the amazing technical elements and the music and the dancing and everything and making sure everything's in the right spot. And the very first time that I stepped on stage was just for like, I think it was just a check-in or something, but I remember before I walked out, I kind of like took a deep breath and took a step on there to make sure like, really remember this moment. It's a really special thing that not everybody gets to experience, and it's something you've worked really hard for. And so I'm just trying to be grateful and present for what's happening. It's insane, as I've said many times. I can't believe it.
That's so cool. I can only imagine what the audition process was like. You know, like you said, you trained your whole life. When you found out you got the part, what kind of was going through your head?
Excitement, joy. My parents were literally on a flight, so I couldn't call them at the time, but I called like one of my closest friends. I called my mentor and just let them know. And what was going through my head was just like, this is a huge step. This is a huge moment for me. It's something that's going to be really helpful for moving forward for whatever's going to be coming next. And I'm also incredibly grateful that the show that I'm going with is a show like Real Women Have Curves that is about the plight of undocumented immigrants. It's about everybody feeling at home and finding a joy and finding a place where they belong. And it's something that I believe in so deeply. And so I'm so grateful that like my first opportunity on Broadway is getting to play a character that I feel is so close to me, like a nerdy black kid who is just really passionate about journalism, and then getting to uplift all these incredible women and tell this story that I think is so important. Not everybody gets to tell a story that they resonate with so much right away, and so I'm very grateful that's what's happening.
I found like an old interview of yours, and you said like, I grew up in Cave Creek, but I was one of only a few black kids at my school. I don't even have cowboy boots. I saw that you said that. So just to know that journey of yours, and now this story really aligns with the story of your own.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I've actually never, I always tell people, I'm from the part of Arizona that people envision when you tell them that you're from Arizona, which is like, there's actual cowboys walking around, there's actual horses. But despite that, that's never been something that I've never ridden a horse. I'm very allergic to horses, sadly. But yeah, I mean, it's an insane journey. And part of why I got into performing is because I really wanted to tell stories that I felt like were ones that I didn't get to see. Like I didn't get to see representations of people that I thought looked like me. When I was growing up, there were a lot of ways that I was told I had to behave as a black person, or things that were expected of me as a black individual, and like for me specifically, it was like liking rap music or being good at basketball, which are things that I like rap music a lot, but I'm terrible at basketball. And so it's things like that I'm so grateful that I'm getting to be, I was a huge nerd. I loved reading. I loved books. I was really passionate about school and about, caring about other people. And so I'm so grateful that I get to portray this character that is all of those parts of myself, so that somebody like me can see this character and go, oh my gosh, that's like me. I see myself represented up there, and that's so important.
That's so beautiful. Last question, because we're out of time. Your advice for any kids in Cave Creek that are watching this that have Broadway dreams to be like you one day?
My advice for any kids, I'll give a little shout out to all the youth theaters: Spotlight Youth Theater, Despotos Theater, Valley Youth Theater, Greasepaint Youth Theater. Keep going to your youth theaters and try to do as many shows as you can. That was the biggest thing for me. Those youth theaters in Arizona, that community is so tight knit, it's so valuable, it's so important, and it taught me not only how to be a good performer, but also how to interact with other people, how to be empathetic towards other people, and the things that really matter, which is like the community that you're working with. And I think focusing on those things and putting yourself out there and learning from so many different people is the best way that you can further your artistic growth and your growth as a person. So that's the advice that I would give to any of you out there. Keep it up.
I love it. A hometown star. We are going to see so much of Mason Reeves on Broadway. I have to get to New York to see the show. Congratulations. We're so happy for you.
Thank you so much. Let me know when you come. I'll bring you backstage.
Oh, love it. All right. We're going to take a quick commercial break. We'll be right back. Bye, Mason.
Bye.